Hi, this is Dawn at Dawn's Astrological Vision. Stand by for a January 2015 Sagittarius forecast. Hi, Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. Happy New Year. We begin the month of January with the Sun in the sign of Capricorn. This is your second house of resources, possessions, wants, investments, values, and earnings. The first 3 weeks of the month, you will be striving to have more control of your life through the things that you value. You may try to work out your finances so you feel as though you have more money or do some extra work to make money. Having more disposable income makes you feel more secure, as well as having more objects that are of value, so you may purchase something that will be worth more over time. Extravagance with your pocketbook is something you may want to look out for. However, if you find yourself itching to make unnecessary purchases, know that at the root of this urge is the desire to pamper and comfort yourself. Nothing wrong with it, but there is an inexpensive and even free ways to make yourself feel good. You are more inclined to dig your heels in and hang on to what makes you feel most secure than take big risks. After the 21st, the Sun moves into the third house, and the emphasis is on communications, sisters and brothers, short distance travel, and neighbors. There will be increased attention to your immediate surroundings and the people you see every day. There is increased communication, but try to listen as much as you talk. The full moon is in the sign of Cancer on the 4th in your 8th house. The 8th house rules other people's money, like debts, taxes, and joint finances. You may have to deal with any of those issues for the next few days. It's a good time to pay off debt or get money that is owed to you. This house also rules transformations, so you may make some sort of transformation of yourself or life over the next few days. Mercury is moving through your second house along with the Sun and Venus for the first 4 days of the month. This is a strong period for analyzing your cash flow, income, and earning power. You are more practical and rational in your approach to finances now. With your conscious mind focused on money and possessions, as well as personal values, this can be a strong period for gathering new money-making ideas. Alternatively, it could be a time when you tend to worry over your finances. Financial gain may come through communications. After the 4th, Mercury moves into the 3rd house, and Mercury is right at home in the 3rd house and offers the ability to multitask successfully. There will be more time spent on the phone, writing emails, in the car making short, frequent trips, running errands, communicating with neighbors and siblings, possibly visiting friends and relatives, and doing paperwork. Your mind is especially inquisitive during this cycle when learning, short trips, and other form of communication and making connections appeal strongly. After the 21st, Mercury retrogrades, and all forms of communication, transport, and thinking are brought into focus. You may feel like your mind is very busy. Sometimes Mercury transiting here can increase worry and nervous symptoms. Make sure you create some quiet time to gain clarity. On a deep level, you are working through what you know. Repair your car. Check the tires. Make sure you check your oil and water before a long drive. Research. Replace the battery in your phone. Charge up your battery regularly. And replace your phone, but avoid a new contract until after Mercury retrogrades. Back up your computer. Run your virus and malware checker regularly. Venus is in the 3rd house along with Mars on the 4th. When transit Venus is in the 3rd house, people who can stimulate your mind and connect with you on an intellectual level are who you're attracted to most. You want someone who you can carry a conversation with about whatever interests you, and you may be attracted to more than one person. The third house is naturally ruled by Gemini, a sign of duality, so there could be two people that stimulate your interest. You could meet someone on a short trip or through a sibling, neighbor, or online, and the person could be a writer, work with young people, a community organizer, or work in communications. Venus transits your fourth house on the 28th. When transit Venus is in the fourth house, a family member could introduce you to someone, and you can meet someone who works with homes in some capacity. Mars finishes off the cycle in your third house of communication and short distance travel and moves into the fourth house on the 12th. Mars transiting the fourth house activates activities centering in the home. With this position, it is likely to create some turmoil or change within the home front. A positive manifestation of Mars in this house would be new beginnings through buying a home or real estate. Renovations in an existing home, which require physical labor, might also be indicated with such a placement. The fourth house is one of the psychological houses, so events that happen here very much affect your sense of who you are and how stable you are. Parents are also ruled by the fourth house and could be a source of disagreement or concern. Jupiter is still transiting the ninth house until August 11, 2015. This is a very good position for Jupiter. You may have opportunities for extensive travel, for learning, and for teaching others. If you are a writer or have any desire to be one, this is an excellent time for it, because the ninth house is the house of publishing and other communications media that reach the world at large, along with the possibility of traveling to foreign countries. There is also a likelihood that you will become increasingly involved with foreign people or lands, either in business or in your personal life. Jupiter will be retrograde from December 8, 2014 through April 7, 2015. When Jupiter turns retrograde, money and material positions just do not seem important anymore. Playing the role, playing the game no longer appeal. During the retrograde period, events can affect finances, ideals, philosophies, aspirations, education, and distant travels. Problems can arise from being impractical, disregarding of details, or being too philosophical. Travel, foreign affairs, long-distance communications, higher education, philosophy, spirituality, and personal expansion are all the areas you're likely to be revisiting this month. You could be preparing to go back to school or to visit a foreign country. The new moon will be in the sign of Aquarius, your third house, on the 21st. The third house rules communication, so with a new moon or eclipse here, you can see an increase in the amount of communications you have with people, whether it's in person, over the phone, on the computer, or by some other means. Gathering information is easier now, and you can collect and arrange it all neatly. Day-to-day activities can be finished without feeling like they're tedious and redundant. The only chance you have of feeling boredom now is if there isn't enough to do, so stay busy, which shouldn't be too hard now. Making quick decisions is favorable. This house rules siblings as well, so you could spend more time with yours, having new interactions, or by restoring the relationship if it hasn't been where you want it to be. Short distance travel is a part of the third house, so you could take a day trip. Lastly, Saturn is now transiting your first house and represents a new beginning of internal growth. Your responsibilities may be a bit heavy, but your accomplishments may also be great. During this time, it is not a good idea to start any new long range projects that will take years to complete. Saturn has a way of forcing you to deal with the appropriate issues. You may feel at times that you don't have the energy to cope. You may also occasionally feel withdrawn and tired. This is a 2.5 year cycle, and during the month of January will be mostly affecting the first 3 to 4 degrees of the sign of Sagittarius. Those born between November 22nd to the 24th will be feeling this aspect the most during January. I will be posting more information on Saturn's transit through Sagittarius throughout the month of January. This completes your January forecast, Sagittarius. Thank you for subscribing and listening, and I hope you enjoyed your forecast and have a wonderful month. Bye.